I want these guys to want to help me, and I want to help them as well. So we have to build those relationships. After dinner, we'd always have a bit of social time before we'd wander off to bed, right? Sometimes we'd play cards, we'd read books, tell stories. But every night I'd say, okay, guys, let's talk tonight. Let's spend 10 minutes. Let's talk about leadership style. Let's talk about conflict resolution. Let's talk about change management. They all knew what I did as a job, right? Teaching this stuff to organizations and students. And they were kind of like, you know what, Scott, just let it go, man, right? just let it go, right? But as we talked about this, people realized we don't have 6 months or 12 months or 18 months to become a high-performance team. We have 10 days. We have to accelerate this process. So this process comes out of a model that we call the deliberate success model. Right here it says team success, but that could be individual success or organizational success, doesn't really matter. But if you want to be successful, the first thing you have to have is a vision. You have to be able to define what success is. You can't just say, let's be a high-performance team, because what the heck does that mean? Every person will have a different definition of what high performance is. So we need to spend time talking about our definition of what high performance is. Then you need to look at your actions, the day-to-day roles, responsibilities, the things that you're going to, how are you going to do things? This is very similar to your lead principles, right? How you go about running your business, how you go about making decisions. We figure out how are we going to work together to become high performance. And then you have to build in some time for reflection. And this is a very difficult piece here because we're all moving so fast down this road, right? But sometimes we just end up someplace, but it's not really where we wanted to go. And so this is where reflection comes into play, to build in some time, to take a look at your vision and say, are we being who we said we were going to be? Are we doing what we said we were going to do? Have we lost our way? Any elephants in the room here? We need to get it on the table here. It's a time to make some course corrections if necessary. So we set aside one meeting once a week for 30 minutes. We didn't talk about climbing strategies or mountain conditions. We just talked about us to make sure we kept ourselves on the path to high performance. So this leads us to Everest Base Camp. Looks like a good place to go for a holiday there, yeah? We set up our tents among the rocks and the ice and the boulders, and we're now going to be on the mountain for about 2 months as you acclimatize, stock your camps, get ready to go for the summit.